Autophiles in the new Saga MC3.
Yeah, so this is not an all-new model. This is a facelift of a facelift of a facelift.
It's a completely new face and completely new sheet metal. I have to say that.
No. Sheet metal is still the same.
You mean?
This bonnet is new.
Okay.
But
fender is the same.
Fender is the same.
They did the Cherry Tiggo Cross at the back.
At the back, yeah.
which is quite nice, I have to say.
Yeah.
Which
It actually emphasizes the width of the car.
But the front, I never thought this is good looking. However, I understand that this category is not about being pretty lah.
Yeah.
It's about making a statement, and I have to say that sends a statement.
It gives the car a lot of character.
Grill face.
Yeah, grill face.
And kaiju nose almost.
And when you see this car from a low angle, wow, it has some character.
Like a Maserati. You cannot appreciate its beauty until you kneel. Let's see.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more details down low, which is really odd. Which is like a Maserati, you know, from the top you look down, it's like, what the heck? Is that a Korean car? Then you look down, oh, I get it.
I see the vision now. Yeah, but you're right. When I first saw spy shots of this face, that back and the interior, I was like, this is awkward, man. The proportion is all over the place. It's like modernized face on an old body kind of look.
They have to modernize it.
Yeah. But when I see it in the metal, I kind of get it, lah. Especially in this color, there's a bit of dignity to a small car when you put a face.
I think they did the biggest bang they could.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't call it good looking.
No, it's not.
But it does make a statement lah.
It does. Definitely has some character to it.
Yeah, it does. Especially the back. I really like the back. You know, I'm not a guy who like pro one bar light. You know, it's getting a little bit overdone. But then again, they did it quite well here.
Yeah.
You know, it manages to make the car doesn't look so small, because the previous incarnation of this with the two nuggets, nugget lights, it looks a little bit smaller.
Yeah, correct. This one, they kind of use the entire width of the car for the grille, for the light at the back.
Grill face. This is what BMW envisioned their car to be.
Malaysia boleh, man. You got it here first. So this car is a bit significant in a lot of ways. One, it's finally giving the most popular car in Malaysia, the Beza, is giving it some competition.
Yeah, they collected 100,000 bookings. Let me tell you how serious this is. Malaysia sells 800,000 cars a year. 1 in 8 is this car's booking.
Yeah.
It's completely nuts.
It's nuts. And I already see this on the road a lot. So it's finally giving the Beza some competition in that space. On top of that, this is a lot of people's first new car will be in this category.
Most people would be spending somewhere 30, 40, 50k.
Sub 50k lah. So in the past it used to be the Myvi, now the Myvi is a bit more expensive. It's Axia, Beza and this lah, which is fighting in that space. So it's very important. And on top of that, I think it's significant because before this we always have kind of just Japanese based engine design in that entry level space. This is the first time a Chinese mass market engine is coming to do battle. Tell me a little bit about this engine. This is not a Proton engine. This is not a Proton engine. This is a Geely Group engine. It has a lot of configurations. It's 4-cylinder 1.5. And in the configuration here is Atkinson cycle. Oh! Port injected. Wow. No turbo. Wait, this is a 1.5 that they've taken off the damn EMA 7 PHEV and they plonk it in here. They plonk it in here. But I think that has direct
Of course,
injection.
I mean, the setting and whatnot is a bit different.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now the entire Proton lineup, except for the X90, is all using this engine in different configurations. Wow. Yeah. 1.5. Atkinson cycle is a bit odd, to be honest. But for fuel consumption purposes, I think that's a good move actually. Yes. That's a very, very good move. And not just fuel consumption, because this engine has a lot of power, a lot of torque. It's something like 20% more power and torque versus the outgoing model and versus the Beza. When have you seen an A segment car with a 1.5? Almost never. Never, isn't Usually 1.3 is the cap. Yeah. And on top of that, this is as powerful as B segment engines. Right. I think Proton would have convinced the government to wiggle a bit on the excise duty. Yeah. Like, bro, I'm bringing in world-class stuff. You gotta meet me halfway. So for an entry-level car to have
it's amazing stuff.
That is this cutting edge is really
That means you're getting similar to 1.0, 1.2 litre kind of fuel consumption.
Efficiency,
but you're getting almost 1.5 litre kind of power. Yes. Right?
Actually, literally 1.5.
Literally 1.5.
Yeah. 120 horsepower.
What?
150 Newton meters of torque.
Wow.
Yeah, insane. They also had to go back to their old CVT supplier, which is a Belgian-based company called Punch. And they had a lot of issues in the past. The excuse they gave is like the previous one, they didn't have the kind of collaboration that was that tight with Punch. So they just got the gearbox and then Proton had to tune it themselves. No experience tuning CVT, so a lot of issues came up. With this engine, they work with Punch very closely, and the collaboration, the tuning was all done by Proton and Punch together in one room. So you can see it, the engine gets to its best power band very quickly. It's effortless torque. The engine doesn't have to scream to move. 0 to 100 is not fast. This is like a 13-14 second car. It's not fast at all. But 0 to 50 is very fast. 50 to 90 is very fast. So that usable city range, it feels almost effortless. You don't have to push the engine, at least with this gearbox. I haven't tried it with the auto. There's also an ISIN sourced 4-speed auto.
So you have multiple ranges. The highest one is?
This
is the CVT.
Premium CVT. The mid and base spec uses a Japanese 4-speed auto.
From ISIN. But I have a question regarding the engine. Is this going to be used in a Mercedes-Benz?
That's basically the overview of this car.
Nice.
The other thing that's significant about this chassis is the last Malaysian engineered chassis.
This comes from the period where Proton was really pushing for product development.
Independent
product development without batch engineering. Very good effort, but the problem is, again, some of it a bit unrealistic and unable to recuperate their costs, I presume. Which is why until today we're still having this.
Savvy chassis. The fundamental shape has been there.
Proton, very good use of development from savvy to...
You pay tax one time, they use for like 20 years.
Not bad.
So they modernized it so it can work with all the electronics in the Geely.
No wonder I see the shadow of the savvy in it.
That shape has never run away. But they, like I said, they modernized it, so you got ADAS now, you got blind spot monitoring, you got all these things that are modernized.
You got all the blings and bells and whistles of modern vehicle.
And the last thing to talk about before we get into design is that this is the first time a Proton model will be rebadged as a Geely.
Very nice, very nice. The other way around and being sold in Philippines.
Yes. Even the design is not out yet. They just showed a sillet of it, so maybe the name is not finalized. But we shall see. Maybe
let's see how much they sell it there.
S30 maybe. So let's check out the design and then go into performance.
Let's go. Yes, Saga MC3.
So the design, like we said in the beginning.
You have to kneel. Come down here.
Come down here. You will understand the vision. If you're 2 feet tall. And that applies when you're in the driver's seat. So later we'll show you the height adjustment. So very big grille, spans all the way.
Grille face, man.
A little bit weird looking. Don't know what they were.
But it's a statement. It's a statement.
It's a statement. What is interesting is, even though this is an A-segment car, you get projector headlights.
Nice.
Normally I don't give it crap about stuff like this, but for A segment to get projector LED headlights,
nice.
This is like 160,000 ringgit cars or so. Sometimes don't give you.
Nice.
So pretty good effort there. From the side, you can see this is the old platform.
It's the same. The same cutout points.
The same cutout points, the same door shape, the same. Like all this looks exactly the same. They say the chassis has been like strengthened with more hot press.
They always say that.
They always say that. We don't know how to check, man. How to cut the car in half.
You make a couple of changes to the mounting points. We do chassis engineering.
Chassis version 1.5. But we take them for their word lah. They say they improved it. To me, this thing is the most obvious carryover. The square fuel door really looks very old school. When you open up, the brown plastic cap is all still there. So this is a carryover.
Square, almost entirely square.
Very weird.
Vertical. So weird.
So weird. And then, the rim size is 15 inch, but it looks much smaller.
It looks a bit smaller.
And here is where you shouldn't squat down. Because when you squat down, you can see the underskirt of everything. You can see the gigantic gap here. You can see all the parts. Just a little bit awkward looking. And of course, Proton being Proton, they didn't match the color of the cap. Whatever lah. Small car like this, I can forgive it. But you're saying the door handle is nice.
Nice. I like it because at least they chromed it. So it feels like a bit premium lah, a bit work lah. It's not like completely plastic, you see.
It definitely elevates the feel and the look of the car just by doing this chrome here. Shark fin antenna because it's 2005 and the E60 was just launched.
Tigo X.
Tigo X,
Right now, doesn't it look like Tigo X color scheme also?
The first thing that came to mind was not Tigo X for me. It was Audi e-tron GT.
You're looking so high up.
I'm looking so high.
It's Tigo X for me, bro.
It has the Tigo X feel. For sure. But what's weird is you only get this section of the tail light, the bar here, if you pay full price. If you get the mid-spec or the low-spec, it's this part here this part here and a blacked out element in the middle.
It's the same, but it's the same one bar.
It looks wrong.
It looks wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they kind of like push you to go and buy full spec.
Proton has always done this, isn't it? They package their higher spec in such a way that it makes no sense to get the lower spec ones.
Yeah. Peridua does it to some extent also, but not to this extent. Not to the point where like the base model looks nerfed on purpose. Yeah.
We have to shoot this.
I have to show you this.
We have to shoot this.
Yeah. So even though it's GD era for Proton, there's still some carryover QC issues.
We have to shoot this, man. Okay, so you pull it up. Oh, you hear that? Oh, do it again. Okay. There's a latch, electric latch, electronic latch. All right, and then do it. Oh, you hear that?
Yeah.
So at first I thought it was the spring. What did you think it was?
I thought it was some
metal part
because you see the number plate vibrate.
Right.
Then you did some investigation.
It turns out it was this
thing. You see the little thing?
You see that?
It basically gets snagged on the rubber.
Yeah.
So it pulls like that, and then when it lets go, it vibrates this whole thing, and the whole tailgate kind of rattles.
All you need is one more
pin like this
here.
Problem solved.
And problem solved. Yeah. Alternatively, remove the whole thing.
Then you get the tin kosong sound quality. But yeah, this is using some old spring mechanism on both sides.
Yeah.
This is all carried over from the previous Saga.
Okay.
And one thing to note is the slightly untidy boot floor, because it's basically just one piece of papa like that.
Oh, but at least they give you a spare.
Yeah, spare tire.
Nice.
And the other thing that is a bit weird is the opening is a bit small.
Okay.
The boot space is 100 liters smaller than the Beza.
Okay.
So 400 plus liters, which is actually decent for B segment. And this is A segment, so it's almost fighting a B segment size.
But Beza is still better.
But Beza is incredibly packaged, but that's why it's awkward.
In the back, from the looks.
Yeah, from the looks.
Yeah,
just
the
looks
boot
awkward.
just looks like tacked on.
Disconnected.
Yeah.
But this one, the other thing that's weird is the back seat can be folded back.
Oh, nice.
But you cannot access it from here, so you have to go inside.
From inside.
And very small.
I see the little latch up there, is it?
No, that's the ISOFIX.
Oh,
the two dots in the middle there.
Yeah.
Those are what opens up. Small boot, but not that small. It's only small when you compare to the Beza.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay lah.
So the back seats are still almost exactly the same as before, but it's got some nice grey leather now.
Yeah.
Two-tone leather something.
They give a fake leather lah.
Yeah.
But they really did a dugout on the seats. Look at that.
This is from the previous version.
Already like this.
They already did that.
Okay.
So I'm going to attempt to go in.
Okay.
That's not my exact sitting
They
position.
can't even fit in terms of a feet room. But then again, that is your
that's my seat.
your shooting position.
Yeah, shooting position. But you see, the dugout really works.
Yeah.
You actually,
Otherwise, you wouldn't have leg room.
Yeah.
How's the head?
Headroom is just about
touching. Okay.
The issue is it is a small opening. So if you're really like mobility impaired, you're a bit older, tough man.
Tough.
I
don't want.
You sure you don't want?
I don't want.
How to call yourself a reviewer if you don't even sit in the back seat of your
I don't want.
This is your future Grab car, man.
I will have much opportunity to suffer. So I don't want to suffer 1 second more.
Yeah, besides that, USB-A charging.
Oh, nice.
Single.
But no aircon vent.
No aircon vent. Yeah.
I guess it's small enough for you to just blast the aircon.
Yeah, I can feel the aircon blowing from here, even though it's a low setting. Shall we go to the front?
Yeah, quite tidy lah.
Yeah, this is where they did the most work.
Yeah,
and the
quite
most
tidy.
Positive improvement is the cabin.
It looks quite decent. Look at that. The first impression as you open the door and you look at this, decent. And then you come in, the first thing that greets you, screen, yeah. Now again, we have to regulate our expectations because this is an A segment car, right? A segment car, you get this, that's like bonus already.
Yeah, wireless Apple Carplay. So there's a version where it's just an Android player,
right?
A Bluetooth player lah. But in the mid-spec and this you get Apple Carplay, completely wireless. Of course, it's a bit smaller.
Yeah,
but dude, it's digital.
I mean, the size is more than half the width of the car, man.
Yeah. That's the thing. In the pictures, it looked awkward because it's like kind of a weird thing to plonk over here. But actually, when I started using it, I was like, dude, it's okay.
It works.
It's fine.
It works.
Yeah, the bezel is huge, but you don't see it when the steering is blocking it.
And I mean, in a A7 car, you get
design
waves.
And this
you
is
get waves.
Yeah. It's interesting. Interesting looking.
It's quite nice. It looks expensive. It doesn't feel expensive, of course. But it looks expensive and nice. And then it's incorporated with this
Chongkat design.
Oh, nice.
Chongkat
It's called
inspired.
Chongkat.
Chongkat inspired aircon vents that don't close.
But the Chinese subliminal messaging.
I like how you picked up on it straight away. This is the same thing that they had since the 2018, 2019. Yeah. They've been putting it in here. They never
subliminal Chinese
just a reminder.
propaganda.
But the good thing is for A segment you get LED white color.
Nice. You were saying, one of those things is, this is my driving position. This is my point of view when I look out. And you see, the rearview mirror takes up like a quarter of the entire windscreen. And here's the best part. Check this out. Ta-da! You can't see. Yeah, when you flip down the sun visor, you can't see. I think if I'm like 1.5 foot shorter, now it works.
Yeah, but the problem is the seat height adjustment on this car.
Yeah.
This is the lowest.
Yeah, very odd.
But I have to say, the interior, I mean, it's elevated a little bit.
Yeah.
The switch gear and all in here looks...
It's quite nice.
Feels
it doesn't feel so cheap. Yeah, sure, it's fixed stitch, But you get fixed stitch from Toyota even at like 90, 100,000 ringgit range.
Except for the ergonomics, the challenge in that seat height. And these weird blind spots that are produced.
No! Look at the road. Look at the road.
You can tell this platform is old. You can tell that it's reaching back into the 2 decades ago kind of engineering thinking. So you are constrained a lot.
Yeah, you are.
Unfortunate, but they at least brighten up your day with all this little equipment.
Yeah, I mean, the first impression when you come in here is, oh, nice, yo. Look at that thing reflecting the light. Oh, look at the screen. This is like a treat, I look at kids, especially underprivileged kids, go to Mishue and buy a bubble tea for 5 ringgit. The smell, it tells you a 25 ringgit bubble tea gives less smile to a rich kid than a $5 Mishue to that underprivileged kid. And this is what I'm seeing here, the China effect again. It's like you're coming in here and you see that, this is a treat, bro. Life, no matter, even though you earn very little, life doesn't have to be empty and, and reminds you of your poverty. I mean, you're not in poverty, but this is a nice treat. And then these things, oh my goodness, look at that.
To me, the wireless Apple Carplay, for so many years, Peridua always doesn't give it to you. And then suddenly here, it's like, you pay 40-something K and you're getting this thrown in like as if it's cost nothing.
And look at that resolution.
The animation on that is pretty good.
It's not the highest, but it's, come on, man. It's nicer than a 10-year-old Mercedes-Benz.
There are a lot of complaints, but you really have to contextualize. Within our generation, like I remember when I first started to look at new cars, it was base model Axia where speaker also they don't give you, that kind of stuff.
Walao.
I mean, even one generation before that, my brother's time, it was Viva. That's when you start your
That's
life.
i3.
Yeah. So to go from that to this, even with inflation, and they're giving you this kind of treatment
for roughly the same price.
You're saying this is your starter car. You don't feel like you're being oppressed.
No, you're not. You're not feeling the oppression. And here's one thing good. Look at that steering. They really improved. Look at this.
The feel, the flat bottom.
Look, dude, satin, not chrome to death.
Correct. So finally some improvements.
And it matches these two. Walao. And I know you're gonna complain about how this is only automatic for down, and up you literally have the whole. And it's a bit of an issue using touch and go and driving and whatnot. I know, but I'm driving a 180,000 ringgit car today. That
also uses that.
That has exactly the same, and it has 2 less.
So ergonomics is the biggest complaint of the interior.
I didn't like it, but I have to agree, it made a heck of a statement. On the outside, it's a 4 for me, because it makes a huge splash, man. But how pretty can this kind of car get?
Exactly. There are so many complaints, for sure. I can sit down and list a long list of all the negative aspects of the design. But at the end of the day, when you look at what is available in the market, I mean, I would prefer a car like the Kia Picanto. That has personality.
That's nice.
It's like some niceness to it. But we all know if it comes here, it's going to land at 60K. Like 65.
Makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. Despite that, this is a Malaysian engineered car. They're giving you colours that look different, dignified, I would say. there's nothing in here that's tacky.
Yeah.
On top of that, they're giving you stuff that not so long ago you have to pay 200k for.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, so I can't complain about design.
I
Considering this is your first car.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
I mean, wow, it makes such a splash on the outside. Within the parameters of their limitation, I think they did their best.
Yeah. The ergonomics, that's the issue.
It's a very old chassis.
It's an old chassis. The height is wrong. Literally wrong height.
Yeah.
They tried their best, they know your knee is going to scrape here, so they give you a flat bottom.
Yeah, a bit lah. Okay.
There's no running away lah. This would make it a 4. All of this nice elements would have made it a 4.
But it's constrained by the very old chassis.
Yeah, if I have to sit in this car as a Grab driver 6 hours a day,
you manhandle it for 6 hours.
Yeah, if I'm my size and I'm a Grab driver in this car, I would hate my life, man.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Because I realized that I'm sitting slightly bent to the left.
Yeah. I also my spine is like scoliosis.
Because if I sit straight, my shoulder will be hitting something.
I'm resting on this thing. And on top of that, there was an issue in the previous Saga where the steering is not centered with the driver.
I think this is centered.
This is slightly better.
Yeah,
but
it's centered.
I'm sure if you look under the hood, you'll see the steering rack going off to one corner there. It's just the size issue.
It's a very tiny car. Yeah.
But let's go into performance.
Yeah, let's go. Atkinson cycle sounds a bit weird.
Yeah. This car is so small, I can literally take the seatbelt from that corner and fasten it.
Wow. Yeah, the Atkinson cycle sounds a little bit funny.
Yeah.
That's how Atkinson cycle sounds. I'm not going to fault it. I'm not going to make it an issue because this car is not about performance.
Yeah. And it's a combination with that punch CVT. Sometimes you get funny whines. At this speed, I think it's fine. But when you're coasting and all that, suddenly you hear a little high-pitched whine, it's almost like a turbocharger spooling up.
Right.
Then you realize, it's the CVT doing funny things.
It? Yeah. The CVT pulls on the top a little bit. Very odd. Yeah. When you let go, it still
wants to go forward.
Still goes forward.
It almost feels like this car has too much power, and it just wants to constantly give you the power all the time. The moment you put one toe at the throttle, it's just you can start moving now.
I mean, the car want to move forward. There's a lot of residual torque.
Yeah, relentless push. I think it's because it has an excess of torque for this segment.
Right.
This car is 120 horsepower and 150 Newton meters of torque.
Hey, but in a way, if you drive it in a very economical manner, it is just very good because why? You step on it for 2-3 seconds and let go.
Yeah.
The car is going forward for the next 5-6 seconds.
Yeah.
It's still going. You see, it's still going. Wow, we are slightly uphill.
Yeah. And I realized that in this car, going at 50 kilometers per hour is literally effortless. The car is just coasting, barely any effort.
But you got to train your driving behavior to take advantage of its power.
Yeah.
Because it's coasting. Look at that. Wow, it's really coasting. It's a very odd behavior because small car usually don't have this weird
small car usually
momentum.
Is always being pushed a little bit.
You have to keep and it tends to be very fast in its response.
Yeah.
But over here, it's not. It's like a small car that has a soul of a big
engine, which is literally what this is. 1.5 litre in an A segment.
Yeah.
Never been done before. That character of having a lot of a massive amount of torque at the bottom there really changes the way you see driving a budget car.
It feels like a badly tuned 10 years old C segment car.
Yeah.
It feels like a poorly tuned C segment car, which in a way is a good thing because it doesn't feel cheap and cheerful.
Yeah.
It feels slightly more serious than it should be. Very odd behavior, but if it returns that good fuel consumption, I think that is more important.
Then mission accomplished.
For this category of car, you can't have too many parameters. There is a bit of that weightiness that you don't feel in a Beza. Beza is very fleet-footed, but very empty feeling right now. Here, it feels a little bit more dampened, a little bit more, there's a bit of weight there, there's a bit of weight here.
Yeah. I mean, the pedal feel is a lot more weighted than the Beza's one.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I think if we talk about the chassis, right?
Yeah.
This is where I think my opinion is a bit split. Because the same guy who did the previous round of MC2 changes, when Geely first came in, they modernized the Saga, they went to automatic gearbox. that guy is still in charge of this project.
Okay.
So, in my mind, when I said this, I felt like, dude, this is done by someone else, because immediately the steering feel was completely different. Then I realized it's now EPS. Maybe they just couldn't get back that hydraulic steering feel. I mean, it's impossible to replicate.
Okay.
And I really wanted to contact him and ask him, yo, what the hell changed? Because it feels like a completely different car. It feels a little bit too darty at low speed.
Okay.
You know, it feels like it wants to be that Proton zoom sporty R3 kind of heritage, you know. But in this segment, that's not really necessary.
Was it like this last time?
It wasn't like this. It wasn't so enthusiastic to go fast.
Okay.
This one is so enthusiastic to go up to speed, and so enthusiastic to kind of be darty and all that.
Okay.
And it really gets better, as in more competent, the faster you drive it.
Okay.
When you're driving it slow, it just feels like, hey, this is a little bit odd behavior. And then when you go up to like 60, 70, 80, 90, then you're like, oh, this car actually, despite the limitations, feels like it's punching above its weight class.
Okay.
Yeah. But when it's at low speed, it just feels a little bit confused about what it wants to be. You know, Beza driver...
I agree with you that it's not very comfortable at low speed.
Yeah.
It doesn't know what to do, but my conclusion is completely different.
Yeah.
Because I haven't driven the previous model, I think, or the previous.
Yeah.
But I've driven the Iris quite a few times. The Iris is wider than this lah.
Wider.
It's supposed to be heavier, one class up, isn't it? B segment ma.
Yeah, right, B segment.
But the Iris feels more agile for me lah.
Yeah.
It feels more.
This one only becomes more agile when you go faster, and then you go and push it in a corner. You realize that, hey, dude, they actually sorted out the suspension.
Okay.
And you don't expect that from a budget car, but I don't need it from a budget car. I need it to be comfortable and kind of laid back. Here it's like, wow, I want to be darty in the steering feel.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
That steering is darty, but it has that schizophrenic with that pedal. The pedal is completely fleet-footed.
Yeah.
It's designed for cruising type.
Yeah, you step it to that millimeter
and then you leave it there.
Yeah, let the drive-by-wire sort itself out.
Right.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of disconnect between the way the steering feels, because I noticed how the body kind of like, you know, like going, like adjusting to the flow.
Yeah.
But then the steering is definitely designed for the accelerator is definitely designed for cruising.
Yeah.
And the power, the power is very weird. For a 1.5, it can go fast, but it is so lazy in its revving. You realize that?
Yeah.
It's so lazy in its revving that I don't even know the rev. Can I see rev?
Here's the thing. You can get this readout where it's just like a
okay. So,
or you can go into this and change it to traditional, which is also useless because it doesn't have any red line. You don't know where it's going to red line.
It feels like I'm barely revving above 2000 RPM.
Yeah, and it doesn't want to be revved beyond that.
It doesn't like to be revved. Unlike a traditional Japanese small car, it tends to be very fleet-footed, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it has a lot of power, but it kind of responds.
Yeah, it has like, it's free flowing to
because
its red line.
It's a cable direct to the explosion chamber. You know what I mean? Direct to your feet. You know?
This one is like you really put a generator engine into a car.
There's a bit of a disconnect there. I attributed originally to Atkinson cycle.
I mean, you're probably right. Maybe they are trying to get it to its peak optimal performance.
The car does not rev.
Doesn't rev, yeah.
I realized that I am 3/4 of the accelerator in. It's 2.3k.
Yeah.
The car doesn't rev.
Yeah. This is the tuning they did with Punch CVT to just keep it in its optimum power band.
Right.
So I mean, maybe their thinking is what a Grab driver wants the most is fuel efficiency.
Right. So of course I agree on that.
Yeah.
Fully agree. I mean, understandable lah. But it creates a very interesting character of a car.
Yeah.
Which is,
I honestly hated it the first 2-3 days. My friend who picked up the same car, he and I were WhatsApping each other, basically hating on the car, hating on the way they tuned this vehicle. But after, when I was shooting my own thoughts on it yesterday and today in the early morning, I was like, actually, how do you hate a car like this? Because
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing 80. Tell me an A segment car that does 80 like this.
And then when you take it to the roundabout later, you maybe chuck it if you can, you realize that, dude, for A segment car with a platform that is like 20 plus years old, it really can handle itself very well.
You're right that the steering is a little bit more sensitive than it should be.
Yeah.
Especially at speed.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like they took a bunch of parts that don't belong in the same car.
Yeah.
They
chuck it together.
They chuck it together. They calibrate it somehow, and the result feels wrong, but somehow works in certain ways.
This car is pretty decent at this kind of speed. That means you're following traffic at somewhere between 60 to 100.
Yeah, not highway speed, but definitely fast-paced city speed.
Yes, correct. Cruising at somewhere between 60 to 100, I see what they're trying to do. By revving it a few times, I realized that it could also be an Atkinson cycle problem that you cannot overcome, which is that lazy mooing of the rev. You know,
cannot rev high.
It cannot rev high one, and it produces power in a very, very odd band.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the optimum power to come, and then you just wait until you get to speed.
So if I really want to complain, there is a lack of finesse and fleet-footedness in the response of the car. The car is not like a typical A segment car that really just dart here, dart there, even though the steering does that, which is my second complaint, which is that it has a bit of that disconnect, the schizophrenia. Steering feels like a sporty vehicle.
My 147 has the same feel.
It still feels like a sporty vehicle. The suspension tuning feels like a sporty vehicle because you see the body lean into the corner, right? That Japanese car has no tuning of this sort. It doesn't lean into a corner. It leans into a corner like a French car. This one, right? And look at how composed it is.
The tires are screeching already. These tires are literally the worst bargain basement tires you can get. But because the chassis is so composed, you don't really feel like you're going to lose it.
It's decent. It's actually quite decent. But it's so severely disconnected with that steering feel.
It's a very inorganic way to tune a car.
Correct. It's partially the Atkinson, is also partially the CVT. I have a feeling with that Aisin 4-speed, it might be a little bit more crisp. Because more predictable. With the CVT, the engine is permanently thinking, save fuel, save fuel, save fuel, while you're going, save fuel.
But maybe even with that 4-speed, it just doesn't want to go into that power band.
With that, we can diagnose whether it's both the engine and the CVT, or it's just the engine. But aside from that, at 60, 70, 80, 90, the car cruises amicably, very, very well. It doesn't encourage you to do crazy shit, even though it handles crazy shit to a relatively good degree. But it really shines when you are zoning off in traffic.
Like this one.
Like this.
It puts you in the state of mind of I'm in a big sedan cruising, and then suddenly a car or a lorry passes by and you hear the lorry and you're like, I'm in a small car.
You get sucked into his stream. Then you realize, oh shit, I'm in an A segment. It does feel like a B+.
It does.
It does feel like a B+ in the way it cruises, in the deliberateness of its power delivery. Like, oh, you want power? Are you sure? Can you click confirm?
So, I don't know, in a way this makes me proud of Malaysian engineering because they can take parts that don't belong to each other and somehow make a package that has some character to it that we haven't seen the Japanese do in a long time. I'm sure in the 70s, 80s they were doing this one. But in the 90s onwards, econo car has no soul, has no character, has no competence.
Doesn't work. They literally just screw the parts together and let it go. You know?
Whereas here, you can see
there is work going in.
Things that don't belong to each other. You know, you scratch your head and you wonder why the EPS, why this one?
It's like a severely short-sighted person. You know, or far-sighted, it doesn't matter. So, the image, when it focuses on that retina, perfection. But the problem is...
the extremes are kind of a bit weird.
You get what I mean? There are times, somewhere between 60 to 90,
when everything comes together and you're like, wow.
The image is sharp right at the retina. That's when this car was working well. But, of course, you sacrifice fleet-footedness at the lower speed. You also sacrifice some of that stability you feel with a weighted steering of a heavier car, a C-segment car at 100, 110. You know?
And the Sponge CVT, as far as CVTs go, I think they got it okay now with this tuning. But still, like you said, in low speed, like right now in traffic and all that, that initial takeoff to me is still a little bit clunky.
It's very clunky in takeoff. So if you're stuck in traffic jam, you might not be very happy.
Which then brings me back to, what is the point of this car? Isn't this a Grab car?
But then Malaysia, it's not stuck in traffic all the time.
I would assume a Grab driver 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day.
He spend a lot of time on LDP.
I've been on LDP in traffic.
Okay. When it's not in traffic, when you're cruising at 60 to 80, that's when this car
perfect.
work.
Yeah.
And that's when this car will. Because to be honest, Malaysian roads are also designed like that. Like from township to township, you're running highway or something like a highway. And your traveling speed is not 40, 30. Your traveling speed is somewhere between 60 to 90.
Yeah.
You know? So in that sense, this car works well in that environment.
Very, very, like you said, a narrow band.
I personally think a Beza's more direct approach might actually be more responsive in traffic, like in city. But this one is more suitable if you
in a simulated environment.
If you cruise more.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hate on it. Can they work on it? Well, if they work on it, there might be problem. Their fuel consumption might actually go up. If they make it a little bit more responsive down low, because the car is not revving. That's one of the problem. It's not a problem. That's the character of the car. The car doesn't rev. And when it doesn't rev, even though you think you're revving a lot, the car doesn't consume fuel. You know what I mean? How much fuel can you consume when you're idling? Right now? And the car feels like it's idling or idling plus a little bit.
You know? All the time. It's all like 2,000 RPM. But the car will move.
Because the capacity is so large. There's so much power, right? But it just doesn't feel like it. And when you're taking off, you know. So, I mean, good effort.
Very good effort. At the same time,
it is what it is, it's working with very tight limitations. So, what's your score for performance?
Performance, tough to say. Like I said, when I first got in the car,
I
hated it.
Because it's all over the place.
Over the place. I mean, I have expectations for this segment that, not to say it's low, but it is competent at certain conditions. This car feels like it's trying to do some things that it doesn't really need to do. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit hard, but ultimately I would say it's a 3.5 ish. When it first came out, a lot of people were saying, this is the best handling car in the segment. But there's issues with that statement. One, you only have 2 cars in this segment, so if you're the best, you're literally better than Beza. Which I would say...
Which Beza didn't even bother.
Beza didn't bother with that.
They slap a wheel and a steering column together and they say, go
for it,
can it turn? It turns. Okay, done. Problem solved.
But then as I started to drive it more, I was like thinking more and more about, if I really am in that situation where this is my only car, then at least I can say, hey, when I really want to, it does certain things better than I expect.
Right.
And so you have to acknowledge that. At the same time, man, so unsuited for the job.
This is, I'm just going to say this. EV solve all this problem.
Not just that, China solves all this problem. With C-segment cheap car.
I really don't know how to explain to people, unless you cannot charge at home. If you can charge at home, EV solve all this problem. If you can find an EV at 50,000 ringgit.
EMAS 5.
Which is EMAS 5. And if you don't have the problem of having to travel 500-600 kilo a day, EMAS 5 drives like a 200,000 ringgit car. Right now.
Literally the revolution that the Perodua maybe first brought to the mass market. That's what the EMAS 5 does.
It's smoother than a 10-year-old A-Class. It's fleeter on the foot than a 10-year-old 1 Series 120i. You know, it's more spacious than even anything in that class before.
An X1.
Yeah, there you go. No need to say X1 now. It has more space than X1. It looks pretty decent. So it solves all the problem, you know. This is an example of how people are really trying to squeeze the most out of an internal combustion engine. And this is what you get, I understand. But there are better options now. From Proton themselves.
ProNet.
Different.
You're saying petrol car has soul, and yet the soul has been computerized, and it's no longer an organic feeling vehicle.
You want a soulful petrol car, you have to go back to carburetor period or early fuel injection.
Just go back to 2000 or 1990.
Okay. But even then, also those cars are not made to last. You look at German cars from 2000, none of them survive today. Yeah. All of them are sitting at the side of the road rusting. I see what they're doing. Ultimately, this class of car, your perimeter very tight. Yeah. There's not much room to wiggle. I think they achieved what they did. From the looks of it, the fuel consumption quite good. I do not know whether I can trust that. I think the engineer has one thing in mind. Can we achieve this? And they did. Great. Did they sacrifice things? They did sacrifice a heck load. Yeah. They sacrificed a heck load. But in that sacrifice, you also get other things. So for example, you get a big CC. So when you really needed the power, you can get it. Even though it sounds like a cow when you get it. Does the car have a bit of protonness to it? That soul in that the way it handles turns? Yeah. It leans in more accurately and more willingly than definitely a Beza, which is steering wheel can turn all done.
Sign the load.
But even like comparing to GD product, even comparing to GD product, even comparing to a lot of Chinese product, it has that chassis dynamic reminiscent of European heritage.
Yeah.
Maybe they are Lotus.
They kept one textbook from Lotus.
Yeah, 1/10 Lotus gene left in the current generation.
Yeah, it's still under GD Group. Okay,
still a bit. Still a shadow of the great grandfather is still there. Yeah. But all in all, is it a very convincing package? I don't know. Is it better to just be honest, give okay fuel consumption and very direct, less complication? Possible. Because we are talking about A segment. But are they trying to achieve more? Yes. Is that ambition achieved? To a large extent, they did what they did. So I can't fault them for that. And because of that, it's a 3.9 for me. My biggest problem, however, is if you can, the whole car is fine. Just give me a little bit of fleet-footedness in taking off from standstill. That's all.
Maybe the auto solves that. Maybe.
Give me a more direct cable-like feel. I would have given it a 4.3.
Yeah.
The problem is, I see what you did, and you did 60 to 90, decent, very decent. And VH, I'm not going to complain now. What do you expect from this class of car? But the problem is, you come to standstill every day. Before you exit your Taman, you would have done it 30 times, 50 times, And that stress, that stresses me out, And that's the only complaint, to be honest.
So, value.
How much is this? I read 37?
37 is the base model.
Okay.
This one doesn't have CarPlay.
Oh, okay. No Apple Carplay.
No Apple Carplay. I think fabric seats, the airbags fewer.
Okay.
4-speed auto.
Okay.
ADAS also don't have. ADAS don't have. And at that price, the Beza is using a 1 litre 3-cylinder.
Yeah, this is a 1.5, same engine.
4-cylinder. Same engine. Right.
Wait, Beza is i3
i3. Yeah, 1 litre is an i3. Yeah, it's an Axia engine. The mid-spec one, which I think more people will go for, that's 4-speed auto. That's 43 or 45 around there.
Okay.
43, yeah. Everything same except still no ADAS.
Oh, you still no ADAS and 4-speed auto.
And 4-speed auto.
So, but everything same, but the exterior, the rear bar light is black.
The bar light is black. I think the rim also might be a bit different.
Okay.
But besides that, it's a decent package. Just ADAS is still missing. You come up here, you get your ADAS, you get, I think, bigger rims.
Tigo Cross light.
Tigo Cross light at the back. Yeah, and most importantly, quote unquote, it's the CVT.
Okay, we have to drive the 4 Auto to see whether it takes that problem away. Yeah. If it takes that problem away that I was complaining about, that takeoff problem,
then you start selling the accessory for the tail light.
Then I would say, I mean, you lose a bit of fuel consumption but the drive, if it's significantly improved, okay lah.
Yeah. And you lose your ADAS which very difficult to add back.
See Toyota really see Proton Proton don't give you a choice
They really push you to go and buy this spec.
They force you they force your hand
and this spec is 49,000.
50k
50k, man.
But it's still entry price of my V, is it?
Yeah, around there.
But my V is wider,
1 segment higher. Yeah. Let me give you my value: positive, negative, and then neutral, interesting. Positive, finally Beza has competition. This one, objectively speaking, more power, more torque, better fuel efficiency, and also features wise, this one has ADAS, Apple Carplay, a lot of things that the Beza just doesn't give you at the same price. So technically speaking, this is much better than the Beza, in which case value is very good because the price is exactly the same. Negative, when I look at what China could have given us, if you think about it, an S70 down-spec, aggressively down-spec, would have been, it would have elevated Malaysia back into developed country territory where your default Grab taxi is not A segment, but C segment.
But it may not return this kind of fuel consumption.
It may not. But I'm sitting in the back, I don't care.
I see your point. I hate
being in the back of a Beza.
I hate Grab because you always get the Beza and the old Sagas, and you sit at the back, and if it's more than 20 minutes, I will vomit.
Yeah. And I was really expecting, this platform is old.
Yeah.
It's about time we move on from it.
Yeah.
And maybe show Malaysia what China is doing. In China, if you get a Grab, the equivalent of Grab, you get an Aeon Y+.
We used to get this. Vira was our taxi.
Vira was a taxi. Saga, which was a C segment multi-link rear suspension, was a taxi. It was getting small.
Please get it back.
Well, I don't want that size and I don't want that safety, but I want that class, because C segment in the 2000s was already getting a bit too small. The 80 C segment.
Right.
It was getting cramped. But if we went with the times, which is what the rest of the world, the developed world, is doing,
S70 would have been a choice.
S70 would have been our default taxi.
Our PB plus category. I mean, S70 at the back, I'm not going to enjoy it, but it's going to be okay.
It's okay.
So what you're proposing is sell a basically stripped out S70.
Same engine.
With this engine, you're going to get maybe 15-20% worse fuel consumption.
Yeah.
But at least human beings are not suffering every day.
Yeah. I know it's a very unrealistic proposal. Obviously, it's not going to fly. They're not going to make their margin, and they're not going to be incentivized.
How much is S70?
It's starting at 60 odd for the base model, which has a 1.5 turbo.
Oh, you're saying remove the turbo, put this in.
Yeah.
You maybe can get another 5k out of it, but that would still be 60.
Put the 4-speed IC gearbox in. I'm sure
that would still be 59.
Remove.
This is 50. This is 49.
What else can be removed?
What else can be removed?
That's the thing. It's really, it's pushing it. I don't think it would have been viable. We have to look at what the S70 is going for in China in that version. You have it?
Yes, do now. 2005-2006 新款吉利第四代 4th generation or 5th generation, which is 66,000 renminbi.
To 40,000 ringgit?
To 89,000 renminbi. 89,000, even the high spec one, 89,000 times 0.59.
52,000.
Yo.
It would have been possible. My evaluation is that I think an S70 base spec with enough government cooperation could have been our taxi. Could have been our taxi. Could have been our starter sedan.
Because we Malaysians suffers in a Beza, in a Saga, as a taxi. Can barely carry any luggages. Sinks down if 2% of my weight sits at the back.
And just
imagine American man come to Malaysia. The is that little thing?
That's literally what opened my mind to this problem last time. But I sat with an international student in a older, the Saga Iswara one.
Right.
And they were like, what is this? This is not suitable for a taxi. Right. And at the time, I don't have context.
Right.
But later on, I realized, it's
not suitable. When you go Thailand, it's Aeon Y+. You go China, it's Y+ and something else. Basically, C segment car.
Yes.
Right?
So, I don't know. It feels like a missed opportunity for Proton. It feels a little bit like this was their pride talking a little bit.
Glove in hand. That's why.
I think if Proton told Geely, hey, listen, let's boost the numbers for the S70, because the S70 didn't sell to the extent that they thought it would. If they really made an earnest effort to package it as a cheap sedan, they would have slotted the City, the Vios, the Beza, the Myvi with one car.
Put yourself in the shoe of a Proton guy trying to sell to the minister. The minister will turn around and say, but then you're spending in Malaysia, number 2, How? How?
Maybe that's the thing that stopped it. The excise duty.
Sometimes, I don't know. A segment car, B segment car is not suitable as taxi, full stop. There's no discussion, there's no argument whatsoever. It's not suitable. For your personal use, you go market, sure. Okay lah, never mind. I also can, no problem.
Student's car.
Student's car, okay lah. I suffer a little bit. I put my hand out like an old Land Rover.
Yeah.
Okay, I go market, I get my things done, I run my errands, come back. But I say to the back, wow, cannot. We need to stop the government from allowing Saga and Beza from being taxi, please.
Yeah. That's my negative value evaluation.
Okay.
But the interesting part here is something I mentioned before.
The neutral.
The neutral part,
Yeah.
which is neither good nor bad, because you are the experiment in this case, which is Malaysia is the experiment, whereby a Toyota-derived mass market engine, where it sells 100,000 units per year, which is 1/8 of the TIV, is now going to go up against a Chinese-engineered 4-cylinder mass
Looking at
market.
it from multiple dimensions.
Yeah. In which market does that happen? In India, no. Suzuki has complete dominance. Hyundai is creeping up, but that's Korean engineering versus Japanese. Fine. It's already been done in multiple markets.
Yeah, in
but
America.
for the first time outside of China, Japan is going up against
the Chinese.
The Chinese in developing market spec.
Because I always see the Chinese, especially specifically Chery, talk about how advanced the engine is.
Yeah.
Right? Achieving thermal efficiency.
But we haven't seen it from Chery here.
Oh, they don't boast it here.
The cheapest car they sell here is a Tiggo Cross, which is still 90 K.
Right.
But we're not slugging it out with the Japanese mass market. Sub 50K.
I mean, not sub 50, but definitely in the 90 to 100K or the Corolla Cross Vios City level.
Yeah. We're already starting to see that last year.
Yeah.
This is the year where they're slugging it out
at the 50K, at the entry level.
For the first time probably in the whole world outside of China. So that's the neutral value part, where it's like, it'll be interesting to see whether the perspective change. Because if the perspective does change, then for the first time you're going to get mass market B40 saying, created China, boleh tahan. Because then Japanese engineering is not the standard for durability. Because if this powertrain can last for 5-10 years, be as efficient as they claim it is, and low maintenance, then we are changing the perspective of our entire generation.
This one is 49.
49K.
It's not cheap, but considering the fact that you have this 5-6K worth of ADAS, right? I think it's quite good having all this ADAS, but this is a level 1 ADAS.
Yeah, it's very basic.
No auto,
no
ACC.
Not even lane keeping.
Not even lane keeping. No ACC also.
No ACC.
Okay. For me, I can't, because I don't know what's their cost, right? And I can't compare with China. Like what we did just now with the S70. The most expensive is what? 88.
Yeah, which is 50 something.
50 something. So cheapest one was 60 over, which is like 40,000 ringgit.
Yeah.
Right? It's possible to get it slightly less than 60 here. Strip it even further, right? Give it to us at 50 plus, and then mandate it as taxi. Nice. But here's the problem. When they CKD, their costs go up.
Yeah.
Versus China.
Their
costs therein lies the problem. Right?
I mean, you don't have to, like this one, they had to develop the chassis.
Yeah, you have no cost, but you have to pay GLIO.
Yeah.
America.
I think they had to do some kind of insurance. Because apparently they developed this platform so that they can spawn off more models. They want to make an Alza alternative to this. So they want to go back into that Malaysian developed cars using one platform.
That's why the Saga. Oh, no wonder Autophiles is doing that Saga.
Yeah, he's trying to show what they're going to do with it.
Okay. The fact that they price it at the level of Beza tells you this is a behavior of an oligopoly, where you have 2 or 3 players in the market, and then they kind of price fix. In whether by direct agreement or indirectly by behavior, fella give a bit of discount at most, but they're not going to touch their bottom line until you really get someone who comes in like a Chery and slash 10% off and start selling this for 45,000 ringgit, and then you start seeing the margins start getting to really bad. Because I think Proton matches the pricing. Well, Proton very often, in this case, it's Produa that set the price. But in a lot of cases, I notice Proton is the one that set the price. So Proton say it's going to be 110. You see BYD next day 110, 109. Leap Motor 112. Something like that. You get what I mean? Over here is Beza. So what it tells you, this behavior, what it tells you is that we are not at cost yet. We haven't reached cost-based profit. We haven't reached cost-based selling price. We are talking about behavior based on, I see what you're doing. I give a little bit cheaper, maybe a bit better. I eat off a chunk of pie, I'm happy already. I don't need to dominate. Now the Chinese is not going to be happy. The Chinese will come in and say, I don't care, I'm going to earn 1 ringgit per car, I'm going to dominate the shit out of the market.
Yeah.
Like me, sure. Yeah. 45,000. Oh, this is what, 49?
49.
To be honest, I think in this level, at most, I think wiggle room is another 4-5k lah, at most.
Yeah, it's tight.
It's tight already. But 4-5k is 10%. You know, I would say value-wise, it's okay. It's good. It's good. I don't look at it from a product point of view. I look at it from a positioning point of view. It's giving Beza a run of its money, and that's a force of good in this country.
Correct. The fact that they say, you know what, we charge exactly the same as a Beza, but we give you everything a bit more,
tells you finally you're going to have competition. That's step 1. I'm waiting for step 2. So because it's a force of good, it's the Jedi of Malaysia. It's 5 out of 5.
Oh, I cannot take it.
But in terms of the value by itself, I feel they have a bit of wiggle room.
Yeah. It's not that I mean, it's earnest,
it's
but
like
it's not
a must 7. See, I bashed them. I said they could have started at 100. See now how much? 99.
Yeah,
with more spec. Right now, they could have done 95. They could have done 92 one. No, 99.
Yeah.
Why? Because sales had dropped to 200 per month. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Even Auto3 has gone.
That means BYD is doing discounting behind the scenes. Yeah. To me also, like, you can see that they could have pushed it a bit more.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Basically slot under. Basically tell Prodoa, screw you in every segment. I'm going to sell 5% cheaper than you in every spec.
And we know buyers in this market are very price sensitive.
Yeah, 2,000 ringgit is their monthly salary, bro.
Yeah. So you just give them that 2,000 cheaper in every variant.
I want to see that bloodlust.
Bloodlust is the right word.
It's not yet there lah.
Yeah.
When Cherry comes, the bloodlust is going to happen.
Cherry's going to come already cheaper, and then on top of that got discount. but I think Cherry will not be permitted to fight in this segment.
In the 15 no lah.
But I hope they come in with a Myvi killer. Something like that, maybe a Tigo cross down spec or something.
That's just what I want to see. I want to see 60 to 80,000 ringgit fight.
That's where the real.
Because 30,000, 40,000, the margin is small lah. At most you're fighting 2-3k lah. Yeah. But at the 60 to 80k, you can fight 5k, 10k one, Yeah. And that will make a big difference because it's still 2-3 months average Malaysian salary, You get what I mean? Yeah. And hey, it's a lot of that 10k can be a down payment for a house, man.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
It's a wedding for some people.
For some people, it's half a wedding. Yeah, so I want to see more competition. Hopefully we get more. Then it's a 5 out of 5. At the moment, I would say, I feel it's a very force of good. It's a 4 out of 5. It's a 4 out of 5 lah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a force of good. They still have margin. But I won't be content until I squeeze every ounce of profit out of you.
Okay.
Autophiles. Signing out. Geely very good with this.
Yeah, the pattern. Of course, Bo has to put on Omni Saga. Rolling.
Could it be that the base cost of Saga is already higher than the highest spec of this?
It's higher than
whether you take away the accessories, you're just going to reduce that much. You're not going to be able to reduce it down to.
We have
60K.
to check how much is the Geely equivalent in China, because China doesn't sell A segment cars. They barely sell B segment.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
So in China, the C segment is the starting.
But what about the Panda? Is it A?
Yeah, that would be like subcompact kind of K car level.
They do, right?
Yeah.
As city cars.
As city cars.
It's just us that take these things up the highway.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. But your starter car in China is a C segment.
Like America, isn't it?
America, yeah.
No lah, but they have. Okay, they don't have Vios class. It's not common.
Yeah, it's not common.
Otherwise, you go very small.
Yeah.
Right, like a Panda or something like that.
Goes from like really city town car.
Right.
To like a proper car lah.
Right.
And the town cars are dirt cheap lah.
There is no B, yeah.
There's no B.
There is just almost K. Then straight away is C segment.
Yeah.
Or B plus segment, like S70.
Yeah.
Right.
So technically, I think in China an S70 would be around 50k ringgit.
I'll check afterwards.
Later we check. Alright.
I mean, Proton used to have like down to it's Mitsubishi lah.
Yeah, Mitsubishi used to have very low slung.
seats, yeah.
When they moved it to their own platform, before this, when it was a rotary style height adjuster, it was actually about 1 inch shorter, something like that.
But this is
now it's the crank style, and it's completely taller.
Yeah, it is. You sit quite high, I noticed.
Yeah. It's a very awkward driving position, and then because it's A segment, your knees kind of
you're man handling the car, because it's like
your elbows will hit the hard plastic, and then your elbow will crack. That kind of thing.
I do feel it just adjusting the parking. I feel like I'm man handling the car.
Yeah,
like I'm a giant.
Like you're abusing this tiny thing. It's like Mr. Incredible in that tiny car.
We were just talking just now about how in America there's no cars smaller than C segment. There are, rare lah, but the majority of cars starts from C, right? In China as well. Now you get some micro city cars in China, like Panda, Wuling Hongguang, those kind of thing.
Bingguo.
Bingguo is like a luxurious version of Wuling Hongguang.
But you don't get Sagas.
You don't get Sagas. Not even up to Vios. It's Polo Vios size.
Polo is Vios size.
But I very rarely see Polo even in China. So it's a very similar situation in China where they start from C. And if you're not going to travel outstation, you travel within a city, then you can get something really tiny lah, like a micro car lah. We, on the other hand, have two categories in between.
And you know they would add another smaller one if they can.
We have an A, we have a B, right? And it's very restrictive. And you know, just now you say something, we'll talk about it in
the value part.
Sorry,
European car.
Yeah, European car, I forgot. Yeah, Malaysia is in Europe.
The hot part of Europe.
The equatorial part of Europe.
It's a tough.
But ADAS. Myvi entry, no ADAS.
Yes. Myvi you have to go up to 60 plus.
To be honest, ADAS very important because most of the accident happen now because of that minor bumps.
And when you're not paying attention.
When reversing, it's like,
and the amount of inconvenience and money that flows out from a minor thing like that.
It's worth it lah, even if it's 10k more, 8k more.
To be honest, in this case, it's 5k more.
5k more only. It's okay. It's very decent. Save you 2 accidents, you cover your cost. Proton S70, Geely. Proton S70.
What is it? A Geely M?
Geely.
M Grand.
It's called M Grand. Geely M Grand. I want a Chinese name. Chinese name. What's a Chinese name? Etymology. Hey. Geely and Gram. Okay, it's a B segment car. Geely 帝豪. Okay. 中国价格. I just copy it. See. Fuck. Copy. Geely 帝豪. 中国价格.
Drum roll.
Cannot.
It's got to the point where when I go to KLIA, nowadays I just drive my own car and do the long term parking.
How much is it?
It's cheap. Per day, first 3 days is 27. After that it's like half the price, and then after that it becomes 7 ringgit a day.
Okay.
So actually, if you go less than a week, it's cheaper than a Grab. It's like a Grab one way.
Yeah, because Grab now is what, minimum 70, 60,
plus,
70. My house is 90.
There you go.
90. And if I go with the whole family, I have to call the 6-seater. Freaking hell, 120, 140.
There you go.
Might as well just drive my car, my Alphard. Hey, what nonsense! I'm going to sit at the back.
So you go
of
to
an Avanza. Oh my goodness!
Terrible.
I was sitting in the front. You know, because my family knew if they asked me to sit at the back, I would kick the door open and get the out of this.
Break the glass.
I was sitting at the front. I was like that, and I'm thinking to myself, I was in Singapore, coming back to Johor. I was sitting like that, knee to my face, questioning my life choices in the Avanza. I was like, hell, this thing is 90,000 ringgit. Like, who the get con? Oh how many units they sell a month? That's the amount of people that get con every single fucking month. Like, stop it, man. Stop it. And have you seen youngsters these days? All of them are heavier than me and bigger than me.
They're well fed.
Overly
But apparently Malaysia has a
obesity problem.
stunted problem.
Is it?
Yeah, for younger kids.
Is
apparently
it?
Our stunted percentage is higher than Vietnam now.
Oh, is it?
So I don't know what's going on at the lower end of Vietnam. Yeah.
But I see a lot of youngsters, because when I was their age, I was skinnier.
Yeah, 15 to 20, they're quite big nowadays.
Oh.
But
I see the 20-year-old, 21-year-old, bro, a lot of women. Lose some weight, woman! I wanted to say that, because when I was your age, I wasn't like that.
Yeah.
I was half your size. And look at me now. I don't want to see you when you're 40. I mean, seriously, the amount of youngsters that are overweight.
Yeah.
And they're 20, their metabolism is like,
yeah, how do you achieve that?
how do you achieve that?
Unless you're really sedentary.
Now I reach a point where I can't eat shit without putting on weight. I drink beer every day, don't eat also, I put on weight. I've tried that.
100% calories from beer.
Yeah, but seriously, they're gonna find this uninhabitable.
Yeah.
But okay, now renting. I can tell you, an X70 is halfway between a European car and a Japanese car.
Yeah.
I rented one. That aircon compressor thing, that was a real problem.
Okay.
When it kicks in, because I was waiting for my wife, buy a burger half an hour, and I was sitting there, what the f*** happened? What the f*** was that? To the extent that, will it break? Is it about to break? I switched off the engine, you know. I waited for 10 minutes. I was like, a bit hot. It's not my car anyway. Turn it on.
That bad?
Yeah, it was bad. Now, okay lah, it was a broken compressor, but I was looking at the mileage, 110,000. Aircon compressor was out already, man.
Wow, that's bad, man.
So fast? Sure, it's outside warranty.
Yeah.
But so fast? Aircon compressor finished already. 110,000. You know. Then, what else? A few lah. The gearbox. Under certain circumstances, it feels a bit funny.
You can see it's not in its...
it's not like...
its operating lifespan is 100k lah.
I would say by 150k it will start piling. Does it happen in the Japanese? It does. But at 250.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Up until that point, it's all wear and tear items.
Up until that point, it's all wear and tear. The Japanese gearbox, even if you don't take care of it, it will last you until 250.
Yeah. You change the oil, it's like, oh, thank you, master. I didn't need it, but...
Yeah, but the Chinese one, by 100, you start... just outside the warranty. Just outside the warranty, you start seeing a bit funny.
Yeah.
Why a bit funny one? Throttle body. But then those things can be clean. Like the gearbox delay. Sometimes the delay very serious one, 2 seconds one. You start with it. Like what the hell? Throttle body. And then you have to clean your direct injection. It's 1.8 direct injection, right?
Yes.
That's why.
Good news is this is not.
Okay. Good news, this is not. Okay. Lucky my Porsche also not. Apparently the Porsche that my model, the S, is direct injection.
Oh. So you have to do that walnut shell cleaning.
And that's a few thousand ringgit worth of work because the Porsche has to come down.
And then 2 sides, 2 bricks.
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Yeah.
I think
that's why X70, it's a different category of car.
But because it's higher.
Yeah.
At this level, you really need to keep it simple.
Correct.
And they don't have a turbo, which is good. The
No
Cherry
turbo.
has a turbo.
Correct. And this one also, like I said, no direct injection, so no carbon build-up.
Yeah.
Timing chain instead of timing belt. So this could be one of those cars where, the Chinese change the perspective on whether a car like this
Let's see. We wouldn't know lah.
Yeah. This one is, like I said, neutral lah. You are the experiment.
I won't be content until I squeeze every ounce of profit out of you. If you're willing to lose money, even better.
Is that how businesses work?
Yeah, that's how they do it. What I mean, Costco sells chicken at $1.
Yeah.
They lose money on that, but they get you into
other
their
ways,
store.
Yeah. Even milk, I heard they always lose money selling milk. Yeah.
Milk?
Yeah.
Yes,
because if you don't clear the stock and go bad, then you cannot sell it anymore.
Yeah.
So almost every store sells milk at a loss.
But they get you to spend on something else.
You're already inside there, so you buy other shit.
Oh, yeah lah. Like that. But then cars cannot do that.
And some of this kind of car, you cannot make it back in the maintenance. It's not like you can go there and charge too much in the service. Then after a while, the reputation will go.
Yeah.
That's my issue with not just this car, but also the new generation of Peridua and Toyota DCVT.
Okay.
It feels like they designed it to be optimum in simulated environments, you know, where like, okay, we are getting 60 kilometers per hour, which is, you know, on paper maybe it's 60% of your driving is in that kind of condition. But at the extremes, when you're at traffic or at high highway
Your
speed,
stress point.
yeah, then you suddenly see like, oh, the simulation is
Adding on to
down.
your stress point.
Yeah. And I remember because my wife still drives a 2017 Vios,
Right.
where that simulation behavior was not there.
It's direct one.
It's direct.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a CVT, but it's tuned for every kind of environment. It's not great in every kind of... It's not great in specific ones, but across an entire band of situations, it works really, really well.
Because these modern cars are designed to chase figures.
Yes.
They are designed to work within perimeters. And that's why you get product like that. This is a reality. Like, you can't... Unless you have a bigger car, you have a stronger engine.
Or you buy used.
Or you buy used.
But the new cars are...
Or you get EV.
Or you get EV.
You don't have this problem.
Correct.
Yeah.